We're going to be working on strength, mobility, balance, and flexibility. We're going to be going through a variety of exercises. And for class today, you need 2 sets of weights, 1 yoga block, and access to a wall. And remember, the way that we do these classes is that first we review or learn the exercise. Then we add a weight or a load to an exercise. And it's super duper important that our body knows how to do the exercise before we add a weight or load. So there'll be tons of instructions and adaptations because that's how exercise works, by making the exercise work for you. Let's get started. Standing next to the wall, let's have your left hand on the wall with your fingertips pointing up. And then we're going to step away a little bit. We're going to push into the wall, and we're just going to do a lateral stretch. And the reason why I really like using the wall is that it gives you feedback, and it also allows us to find some space in the joints versus just kind of hanging like a regular stretch. So push your left hand into the wall, push your hips away from the wall, reach your right fingertips towards the wall, and enjoy the stretch. And then bring yourself up, and we're going to flip around to the other side. So it's your right fingertips, and I'll show you on this side. It's your right fingertips up, elbows slightly bent, and then reach away. So what I love about the wall is it gives you feedback. You could push your right hand into the wall, and you can shift your hips away. But if that's too severe today, do it less. Your knees are bent, your hips are going slightly back, and your back is long. Okay, now it's going to get much more interesting. Please pick up your yoga block. And with that left hand, you're going to push the yoga block into the wall. So just doing this, we're building stability in our shoulders, plus we've given our body a balance challenge. I do not want it to be super crazy hard, but I want it to require your attention. So palm is pressing into the yoga block is pressing into the wall, and shift it over. Now, if you feel like this is impossible, don't use the yoga block, but this is giving us so many benefits in our shoulders, in our waist, in our stretch for our waist, and in our balance. Push left hand into the yoga block. Reach right arm towards the wall. Find your stretch. Notice this feeling of stability in the shoulder that's coming, and then bring yourself up. And let's do the other side. I'm going to show you from the back. So it'll be the right hand on the wall. Push the yoga block into the wall. So if we were just working on building stability in your shoulders, just pushing into the wall would be enough. But let's see if we can do that nice lateral stretch. So push yoga block into the wall and reach away. Hips away from the wall, left fingertips towards the wall. Find your stretch in the left side. Find your stability in the right shoulder. Excellent work. Bring yourself up. Please put that yoga block down. And one more upper body stretch on the wall. We call this shoulder squares. The hands are going to be above shoulder height, and it's turned out so you kind of look like a Y or a martini glass. And then you're going to step away, and with a very long back, we call this a hip hinge, we're going to reach back. Push hands into wall. Pull hips away from wall. Find length in your back. If this is too difficult, arms are lower towards the floor. One more deep breath. And exhale. Excellent. And then bring yourself up and step away from the wall. Now, yoga block is going to be between your left hip and the wall. And I'd like to have it the middle way. So it's not the biggest way. So you're pretty snug next to the wall. And this is a really great way to find some space in the side hip and the side waist. Push your hip into the wall. That in itself, building stability and balance, and it's requiring all of us to pay attention and then just shift away. So your job is to keep that yoga block on the wall and to lean away from it. Push your left, it's your left hip that's closest to the wall, push your left inner heel down, just find a stretch. Should feel super fabulous. It also should feel like your body is waking up in a slightly different way. Let's get the other side. I'll show you from the back. So the yoga block is between your right hip and the wall, and just press that. So if anyone was just coming back after a long break, really just want to work in alignment and precision, just standing up would be enough. But we're going to lean away. Push right hip into yoga block, push yoga block into wall, and notice how much attention this requires to be in our body instead of thinking about our body. This is excellent. And then bring yourself up and put that yoga block down. So now we're going to prepare for our lower leg or our lower body strength series. And before we do that, we want to make sure that we're working on our balance as well. So please take your left hand on the wall, your right hand's on the hip, and you're trying to stand straight up. And we're going to just take, so it's the left hand on the wall, your left leg up. So what we're doing, it's kind of like a joint health check. Are you able to get your left knee in line with your left hip? And if not, you take it a little bit lower. But we can all agree we can do this, and your inner right heel is pressing down. Let's get the other direction. And I don't want it too crazy hard. I want us to be able to understand that our body can do this. So right hand on the wall, left hand on the hip. What's happening is that your right leg comes up. As you do this, your left inner heel presses down and your back is long. Excellent. So our joint, our hip joint, can do this movement. Now, if anyone's having a challenge with balance, had too much coffee, or anything going on, you will stay touching the wall. But the rest of us, the hands are going to be on your hips, and we're going to just take the left leg up. Pause. If you need the wall, you take the wall, and then bring that down. We don't want this, let's get the right leg, and we're going to count for about 3. We don't want this like vomit-inducing too difficult, but have it be a challenge. And even for the super strong students, and there's plenty of you here today, it's a challenge because when you take that leg up, this leg is being held in place, and your standing leg is working on knee stability, hip stability, ankle stability. This is fabulous. Let's get the other side. Pause. Are you able to hold for 3? It's all right if you're learning it for the first time. It's okay if you're struggling to find your balance. Your brain is trying to figure it out. Bring that down. So that was a simple leg balance exercise. And if it was too hard, you'll go back to the wall. And if you were like, ooh, this is good, I know I need this, I invite you to pick up, let's say, your light weight. We're going to do the same thing with the weight. Weight is on your chest, and I like holding one dumbbell right at the top of my chest. And if that is too much, use no weight at all or use a yoga block. Let's take the left leg up. So this is deceptively challenging. Pause here. We're going to count for 3, 2, 1, and bring it down. I'll show you from the side. Now we're doing the right. So push into your left inner heel and take the leg up. Ideally, your right knee is in line with your right hip, but if that's not happening today, that is all right. And bring that down. We have 2 more each way, and the count is for 3. Left leg up, chest up, back long. Take a moment here and bring that down. Other side. Press into the left inner heel. So there are so many good things about this exercise. For me, the most important thing for all of us is the stability in the knees and the hips and the back. A lot of us are building stability in the ankles as well. Let's get one more time. So it's one leg up. Pause. Of course, your core is working to keep the weight in line. And bring that down. If you're having a hard time, use the wall. It's all right. Other side. Excellent work. Put the foot down, bend your knees, and put down the weight. So we're going to add on to that. We're going to do a squat with a leg balance. I will talk you through it. Your hands are at your chest. We're going to squat down, but then when we come up, that left leg comes up. And then we're going to squat down. Now, if this is too much, don't bring the leg up today. But if it's simply like, I'm not good at it yet, I invite you to try it. You can also hold onto a wall or your chair. I have found that the first few are kind of like a sloppy copy. Your body's trying to figure it out. But then your brain's like, oh, this is what you want me to do. If you haven't done this for a long time, that is all right. That's why we're doing it right now. Let's get 1 more each way. So we squat down with a long back, and we come up with your left knee. We squat down with a long back, and we come up with your right knee. Take a second here. Take your hands at the wall. Pull yourself back and just find a stretch for a second. Pause here. Let go of any need for anything to be perfect. Allow this to be a class, a work in progress. It's not a test. These kind of balance and strength exercises are essential for strength, stability, mobility, and just getting through whatever it is we need to get through, whether it's a simple walk, whether it's a run, whether it's a bike ride, whatever it is we do. Bring yourself up, take a second here. That was great. We're going to do that again. We're going to call that squat and balance. I invite you, if you felt like that was enough, not to use a weight, but the rest of us are going to try holding onto a weight. How much weight? I highly recommend your lighter one, unless you just love this and you've done this with me before, and then you can use the heavier one. The weight is at the chest. Have a sense of adventure. So we come down into that beautiful squat, and then we come up, left leg comes up. We come down into a beautiful squat, long back, right leg comes up. If you're not sure about how to squat and the form for that, we have a ton of tutorials on the channel, but the main thing is that your back is long and your chest is up. If you're feeling this in a way that doesn't feel right for your body, sometimes you just need to go down a little bit less, or have the legs a little bit wider, or simply take a break. Let's get one more each way. So we're squatting down. We're coming up for a weighted balance. We're coming down. We're coming up for a weighted balance. Excellent. Please bend your knees when you put down that light weight. And just for a moment, we're going to come into horse, which means our hands are at our thighs, our back is long. We're going to take one shoulder forward and take a second here. We're going to take the other shoulder forward and take a second here. And then we're going to bring everything together, and we're going to do that one more time. If it was too hard, use no weight. If it was too easy, use the weight, maybe even a heavier weight. But let's see if we can get about 10 really good repetitions in. So pick up your weight and hold your weight at your chest. And give yourself permission to be a beginner and not to be good at absolutely everything. We're going to come down for a squat. We're going to come up for a balance. We're going to come down for a squat. If you need to cancel the balance, you cancel the balance. We're going to come down for a squat. We're going to come up. Pause. Excellent. We're going to come down. We're going to come up. Progress takes time, but it can be accelerated when you work precisely in good form. Let's get 3 more each way. That knee comes up. If possible, you pause for a moment. Put the weight down if it's too heavy, please. You come down. You take a moment. Could not be better. And then you come down. 2 more each way. As you take that leg up, notice it's not about the leg that's up. It's about absolutely everything else in your body. Let's get 1 more each way. Take it up. Super fabulous. Come down and take it up. Could not be better. Please bend your knees when you put down the weight. Take one hand to the wall, and let's go into an easy lateral stretch like we started our class. As you push away from the wall, feel how the entire side of the body is getting elongated. Take a moment here. And then let's get the other side. So the opposite hand is on the wall. Shift away from the wall. Reach it over the head. Take a moment here. Take a deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. Let's get 1 more like that. Excellent. And then bring yourself up. Lace your hands behind your back. Open up your chest. Reach your thumbs away from your tailbone. Take a deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more like that. And exhale. Take a moment. Roll the shoulders back. Please come onto your belly. Onto the mat. You're going to have your hands a little bit in front of your shoulders. Reach your scalp away from your tailbone. And then start to slowly extend the arms a little bit. No need to straighten them yet. If this is too much for you, you're going to come down onto the elbows. So we're either here or here. Both are correct. Feel your hips stretching. Feel your back extending. Dig your hands or your forearms, whichever variation you're taking, into the floor and stretch the floor forward. And then slowly, slowly bring yourself So that's a variation of a Cobra stretch, which I love. And there's lots of variations. And the key is to find the variation that works for you. If it felt intense, you'll stay on your forearms. If it felt okay, you'll stay on your hands with your arms a little straighter. Let's set that up together, and then we have a surprise to end the class. So hands are in front of you. Bring yourself up, right? Or you're on the forearms. And then with your shoulders, start to make a figure eight, also known as an infinity sign. And commit to doing this 8 more times. And know that exercise works when you know how to work it. And for you to work this today, maybe you need to lift your chest a little bit higher. For you to work this today, maybe you need to lower your arms. For you to work this today, maybe you need to listen to your breath and give yourself a bit of grace and break because we did a pretty hard workout. Let's get one more each way for that infinity sign and then slowly come down. Take a second here. And then bring yourself up into any relatively comfortable seated position. And that seated position can also be on a chair or a yoga block. And then just take a moment and feel the space in the body. The space between the joints, the space between the thoughts, right? And then feel the strength in the body. There might be a bit of a pulsing, an energy, and that's from your hard work. And take this feeling with you, this feeling of energy and potential and strength into your day. And remember that exercise works when you know how to work it.